video here on Phantom of Haunted Hill. And just stop. What's this? Look what I found. Yes, look what I found. From 2012, directed and written by Scott Schirmer, based on the novel found by Todd Rigney. I love this movie. I can totally relate to the main character, Marty. You see him? There he is, the little boy. Huge horror fan. He was a huge horror fan. But before we get into that, welcome to the Phantom of Haunted Hill. I'm Mike, your Phantom. Started off the video with a little bit of the decorating here at the big lake behind my condo. They usually do it up every year. Last year they had a big, what I call the cannibal corpse wall, and I can't find my pictures I have of it. But it looked like a Cannibal Corpse album cover. And if it's there this year, it'll be amazing. I'm sure somebody complained. But anyway, yes, indeed. So they're starting to decorate that and they do it all up for Halloween. So we'll be presenting that. We'll do even a whole video on this, going through the whole park area there. But hey, also, just wanted to say, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. And there's a new button called a hype button, which I haven't seen yet on my site here. But I guess that's when you can help the Phantom reach out to more people, since the YouTube algorithm obviously is against me. If who is against me, only you can stand for me. Anyway, yes, indeed, found. What a great movie. First saw it on a pay-per-view, and I had recorded it. And Scott Schirmer was at Cinema Wasteland a couple of times, and of course I went up to him and bought this from him. And yes, indeed, Scott's made some great movies. Harvest Lake, Plank Face, The Bad Man, The Legend of Wasco is a new one, and Gush, this movie called Gush. So, yes, he's always out and about making great films, and always involved in other people's great films as well, which we're going to get into one of them as we talk about Found. 12-year-old Marty. Yes, he's a young horror fan. When I first saw this, I could totally relate. You know, he loves going to the video store and checking out the horror section, picking out his movies. He also likes to sneak in his brother's bedroom. And one time he's at the video store and he goes and finds this movie, but the tape's not in it. And so while he's sneaking around his brother's room one time, he finds the tape, and it is headless. Get that glare out of there. Headless. And as him and his friend are watching it, Marty becomes very disgusted. As a matter of fact, if you ever saw Headless, yeah, it's pretty hard to core, let's say. So Marty also finds in his brother's room a bag in the closet that has different human heads in it as time goes on. And he finds out his brother's a serial killer. And Marty's even picked on at school. And the bully ends up missing. Finds out his brother helped them out. If you want to call that helping. And Steve is his brother, played by Ethan Philbeck. Gavin Brown plays Marty, and Phyllis Monroe as his mom, and Louis Lawless as their dad. And Steve doesn't get along with his parents. And as the film goes on, we see this until the very end where the shit hits the fan. He wants his brother to participate in something, and he refuses. So when his dad comes out to the garage, well, the nightmare begins, we shall say. And just to, because not to give any spoilers, because you really got to see this. If you haven't seen this movie, this is a great movie. Marty ends up, once this chaos begins, we find him tied up in his bed with his parents on each side of him, dead, mutilated. What Steve did to his parents, folks. And we don't even need to see a lot of it. We hear most of the stuff going on with him laying in the bed, and it's just frightening. It's abandoned in Australia. So I wonder if Spooky Astronauts Emma, if she got to see Found yet. But it is a great film, and I highly recommend it. As a matter of fact, it's one of the more, even though it came out in 2012, we'll still say this was more like of a recent generation great horror film. You could think Late Night with the Devil is this wonderful, great horror film. Compared to this, please. This is Fulci compared to that, all right? Anyway, hope you checked that film out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, and maybe we'll get that hype button. Maybe when I post this video, it'll be there, and you guys could help the Phantom out. After all these years, we need more people, and you know. Anyway, we'll see you next time here on Phantom of Haunted Hill.